This video is independent training created by TripleTron and me, Marcus Miller. It is not official LeadsLeap training, and TripleTron is not owned, operated, or endorsed by LeadsLeap. Some links shared in this training may be affiliate links, which means we may earn a commission if you choose to join or upgrade through them at no extra cost to you. This training is for educational purposes only. Results are not guaranteed. Your results depend on your own effort, consistency, marketing activity, follow-up, traffic, and business decisions. Hello and welcome to day 27 of the TripleTron LeadsLeap Masterclass 30-day launch sprint. Today we are going to talk about creating your first simple content post. Up to this point, we have focused heavily on the system. We talked about connecting LeadsLeap. We talked about building your follow-up. We talked about testing links. We talked about traffic routines. We talked about reading stats. We talked about improving your ads, capture pages, and emails. Now we are going to add another important piece, content. Content helps people get to know you before they ever click your link. It gives you a way to teach. It gives you a way to build trust. It gives you a way to explain what you are learning, and it gives you a reason to show up consistently. Now, when I say content, I do not mean you need to become a full-time influencer. You do not need to create perfect videos, and you do not need to write long blog posts. You do not need expensive equipment. You do not need to be everywhere online. Start simple. A content post can be a short written post, a short video, a simple tip, a lesson you learned, a screenshot with an explanation, a question that starts a conversation, a reminder, a small training point. The goal is not perfection. The goal is connection. Content gives your audience a reason to pay attention. A lot of marketers only post links. They say, join this, click here, check this out. Start now. But if every post is only a link, people may start ignoring it. Content helps you add value before asking for action. That is important. When you teach something useful, people begin to see you as someone who can help. When you explain a problem clearly, people feel understood. When you share a lesson, people can learn from you. That builds trust, and trust makes your links stronger. Now, let's keep this very simple. Your first content post should do three things: teach one idea, connect it to a real problem, give one clear next step. That is it. One idea, one problem, one next step. For example, your content post could be about follow-up. You could write, most people lose traffic because they do not have a follow-up system. A visitor may click your link one time, look around, and leave. But if you capture the lead first, you can continue the conversation through email. That is why list building matters. Today's simple step: make sure your capture page and first follow-up email are connected. That is a content post. It teaches something. It connects to a problem. It gives a simple next step. You could then add your link at the end if appropriate. For example, I am covering this inside the TripleTron LeadsLeap Masterclass here. Place your link here. That is simple and natural. Now let's talk about where you can post content. You could post on Facebook. You could post on YouTube community if you have access. You could post on a blog. You could post in an email to your list. You could post inside your own membership area. You could create a short video for YouTube. You could create a simple image post. The platform matters less than the habit. Choose one place to start. Do not try to post everywhere if that overwhelms you. One strong, consistent place is better than 10 places you never update. Now, what should you post about? Start with what you are learning in this master class. That gives you plenty of content ideas. You can post about why follow-up matters, why capture pages are important, why traffic needs direction, why subject lines matter, why testing links protects your traffic, why simple emails work better, why consistency builds trust, why stats help you improve. Each lesson can become a content post. That is powerful because you are not trying to invent new ideas from scratch. You are turning your learning into content. That makes the process easier. Here is another simple post example. If you are sending traffic straight to a referral link, you may be losing future prospects. Most people do not join the first time they see something. That is why a capture page and follow-up system are so important. The goal is not just to get clicks. The goal is to build a list and continue the conversation. That post teaches it is clear, it is helpful, it does not overhype, it does not promise income, it builds understanding. Now let's talk about writing style. Keep your content simple. Use short paragraphs. Speak like a real person. Do not use too much jargon. Do not make wild claims. Do not try to sound bigger than you are. Be clear, be helpful, be consistent. That is enough. A good content post should feel like a helpful thought, not a sales pitch. Now, does every content post need a link? No, not always. Sometimes you can post value without a link. Sometimes you can teach a lesson. Sometimes you can ask a question. Sometimes you can tell a short story. Sometimes you can invite people to comment. This makes your content feel more natural. If every post has a link, people may feel like you only show up to promote. But if you mix value, teaching, stories, questions, and calls to action, your content becomes stronger. Here's a simple content mix: one teaching post, one story post, one question post, one invitation post, one reminder post. That gives you variety. For example, a teaching post. Traffic without follow-up usually disappears. Build your list first. A story post. When I first started, I thought clicks were the whole game. Then I learned that follow-up is what keeps the conversation alive. A question post. Are you currently building a list, or are you still sending traffic straight to links? An invitation post. I am putting together a simple training path for marketers who want to understand LeadsLeap, list building, and follow-up. A reminder post. Do not overcomplicate the process. One link, one message, one follow-up path. That gives you several content angles without making things difficult. Now let's connect this to TripleTron and LeadsLeap. TripleTron gives you the training path. LeadsLeap gives you tools for list building, follow-up, and traffic. Your content helps explain why those tools matter. Your content can lead people to your capture page. Your capture page can bring them onto your list. Your follow-up can continue the conversation. That is how content fits into the system. Content is not separate from your marketing. Content supports your marketing. It helps warm people up before they click. It helps educate them after they join. It helps remind them why the next step matters. Now, here is a simple formula for your first content post. Start with a problem. Explain the lesson. Give a simple next step. Optional. Include your link. For example, problem. Most marketers are chasing clicks but not building a list. Lesson. Clicks are temporary, but a list gives you a way to follow up. Next step, start by connecting your capture page to your follow-up system. Optional link. I'm covering this step by step inside the TripleTron LeadsLeap Masterclass. Place your link here. That is a clean content post. Now let's talk about confidence. You may feel nervous posting content at first. That is normal. You may wonder if anyone will respond. You may wonder if the post is good enough. You may wonder if people will care. Do not let that stop you. Your first post is not supposed to be perfect. It is supposed to get you started. Content gets easier through repetition, just like we talked about in day 26. The more you post, the easier it becomes to express your message. The more you teach, the clearer your teaching becomes. The more you show up, the more natural it feels. Now, here is what not to do. Do not copy and paste hype posts. Do not promise income. Do not attack people. Do not post misleading claims. Do not spam groups where promotion is not allowed. Do not make every post sound desperate. Create value. Teach simply. Guide people forward. That is the better path. Today's action step is simple. Create one content post today. Choose one lesson from this masterclass. Turn it into a short post. Use this structure: problem, lesson, next step, then post it in one place where it makes sense. If you are not ready to post publicly, write it as a draft first, but do not skip the exercise. The goal is to practice turning what you are learning into content that can help someone else. That is day 27 of the TripleTron LeadsLeap Masterclass. Today, you learned that content helps people understand your message before and after they click. You do not need to be perfect. You need to be clear, helpful, and consistent. In the next lesson, we are going to talk about creating simple content ideas for the next 7 days so you always have something useful to post. Subscribe to the channel, complete today's action step, and I will see you in day 28.